Hello fellow pedal people. Today I'm having a look at the UltraTap delay from Eventide. It's awesome. There's a whole bunch of little knobs and functions on here. When we plug it in, all these little lights light up. It turns red. You got your top 5 presets here. This shows whether it is on or off. Over this side we have either your tap tempo or you use the button to cycle through top 5 presets there. Now I have this guy set up using my Morningstar MIDI controller via MIDI. It's on the back here, that little plug. So we've got TRS MIDI in, we've got stereo in, it can be mono, just a little switch there, stereo out, USB and power. All of these knobs have 2 functions. You press this guy here, it lights up red, and you adjust. So this one here is both mix and tone, pretty self-explanatory. That is the amount of delay and the tone, whether it be darker or brighter. On this side we have the taps. You can do 1, 4, 8, 16 or 64. More taps means more noise going on. So the more taps you got there, if you got 64 for example, it sounds a lot like an ambient reverb. And then also is slurm. Now I hope whoever decided to call it slurm is a Futurama fan. Yes. So slurm is exactly as you would expect. It sort of slurs that sound in between the delay, so you can have them really precise, or you can sort of mess between it, sort of slurms between one delay to the next one. Next knob, we have the length and pre-delay. Length is, crotchet, quarter note, and pre-delay determines how long it takes for the delay to start, which is an interesting effect. Really works on the ambient stuff and the swells, but if you have it on a normal delay, it's quite unique. This knob here, feedback and chop. Feedback is your normal feedback, how much obviously it goes. You go from very short to, I think that's infinite, goes forever. And chop, see that there, you've got different wave signals which it affects the sound of the delay. You can make it sound like a vibrato, which is really cool. There's a good example of that coming up. Next one, spread, obviously left and right. So straight up the middle is just straight up the middle. Turn it to the left, kind of like a ping pong effect, left, right. It's not very precise, it just sort of moves around a bit. And on the last one here is taper. So you can taper into the delay so it starts very soft and comes up, or the other way around, it's very harsh and then tapers off at the bottom, and the total output level. Cool. Let's chuck it on the board and let's have a look at it. Cool, I'm set up here. I've got my Les Paul custom I'm gonna play through today. I'm gonna use a few tones that I've set up in my GT1000 core UltraTap back on the desk. So first off, I'm just gonna run through how I've set up my top 5 and how I use them at shows. So a staple in any delay is obviously a quarter note. Sounds like yay. So that's just your standard quarter note. I also use a nice dotted 8 quite often. Good, and on the lead. As an extra note, I have a brand new song called The World Stop Turning. Follow me on all of these social things here and check out the film clip. Yeehaw! Now of course, this pedal really shines when we muck around with some cool options. What have we got here? Number 2 is... Oh, here's the mad little stutter thing I've set up. Check this out. Isn't that awesome? Now, it sounds really cool when you apply it with the black hole reverb, also from Eventide. Oh, I love it. Isn't that cool? That's so good. And moving along, what have we got? Number 3 preset here on my top 5. Oh yeah, it's like a big ambient thing. sound with some distortion. Awesome, right? Yes, it is. And the last one on my top 5 here is left and right. Bit of a ping pong going on there. Different delay times. You can hear that, and I use that mostly on my solos, on my guitar, on my lead guitar. Sounds awesome, fills out the space, makes it sound good. I like it. Now I do have one more preset that I saved in here, which I have assigned to my Morning Star. It's number 6 on the UltraTap. Obviously I can't get through to it with the cycle on here because it's only top 5. I called it Verby because it's very verby. On my clean sound. So there is no reverb on this. That is 100% just the UltraTap. There's so many options you can do in here. You can warp things, move it around, and they sound so good. It's pretty cool. Now out of the box, I don't remember what the top 5 presets were because I stuffed around with them. But it did come with these cool little cards. So there's 4. And it's got all of the settings on there for particular presets. And they all sound brilliant. But I'm just going to set them up and play through them and just show you what they sound like. All right, cool. Preset number 1, which is called UltraTap. I like it. So according to Eventide, this is the first thing you should be hearing. That's mad. That's so good. That's cool. And off. Carries it over. How good? Now I'm pretty sure that's right. I think I matched that up 100%. Preset number 2, this one's called Stutter. It's pretty cool. I like that, it's pretty cool. So it holds on. If you hear that, the delay doesn't stop until I stop actually playing. So it's always doing something until the signal is completely cut. Yeah, that's cool. I reckon that'd sound awesome if you had that set to the right tempo and the right beat. You could get some really cool rhythms happening in there. All right, let's move along. Number 3. This one's for the gym goers. This one's called Ultra Swole. Let's hear it on a clean. Oh, that's cool. With a little bit of tweaking, I reckon that'd be mad. There's some of it, it hangs on a bit long for my liking, doesn't come in quick enough. Couple of tweaks there, and that could sound really, really mad. Let's move along. Number 4. This one's called Glitch Trigger. Now, I haven't quite figured out how to do the trigger thing yet. Seems to be working. But if you hear, if I keep playing, it doesn't do anything. And I don't know if that's my fault or if it's the pedal. It's called trigger, so I'm assuming you have to trigger it to do something. I don't get it. Let me know. If you know, let me know, please. But anyway, you kind of get the point. There's like a panny thing going on. Could be mad. And number 5, I was actually playing around with this one earlier. It's called Trembience. So it's ambience, tremolo, and it's really good actually. Quite obviously sounds just like a tremolo. If you have a tremolo, then you probably wouldn't need to use that, and you can combine some delay with it. Or if you have another delay, you can probably run that into this and get some pretty cool wacky sounds going on. Let's hear that with some of the black hole reverb. And of course, they have the device manager, which is this guy here. Let's have a look, system settings. So I went in here, I changed the bypass mode to DSP plus FX. That means that when I bypass the pedal, then there's spillover. We want that because it sounds good. MIDI clock is active, so it receives a MIDI clock. I left the knob catch-up mode off. Expression pedal mode here is MIDI TRS, so I've got MIDI signals coming into the pedal from the Morningstar, as well as receiving the clock from my GT1000 core, which they all also receive clock from my loop station when I'm using the loop station, and everything works together. It's very cohesive and easy. MIDI channel set to number 8. My black hole reverb is on 7, and it was really easy to set up. So when it comes to the Morningstar sending the MIDI channel to these two, all the programs are the same. So bank 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3. Turning it off was 14, and it's exactly the same on both pedals, which made it super easy. Obviously, just assign a different MIDI channel to each one, and Bob's your uncle. I actually have an Uncle Bob. Fun fact. So there's all of mine. I like the name of this one, so whoever thought of that, Eventide, I like you, because I like Batman. And it kind of dies there, it's nice. It's good. Means things aren't getting in the way of each other. I like that. That's really cool. They call me Hal. They call me Stacy. That one's really good. Now I'd love to go through them all, but I don't have time. But you can save up to 127 presets, and if you are so inclined, that's a lot of presets for you to play with. So there we have it. That's the UltraTap from Eventide. It's awesome. I really like it. I think I'm going to have a play around. I'm going to potentially save this guy to use it more as those ambient, bigger, weirder sounding things, and just get some of my normal delays out of the GT1000 core to run into it and get some really messed up stuff going on. It's going to sound awesome. Thanks for tuning in. I hope this one has been very helpful, or at least a little bit enjoyable. See you around.